we know that cancer is a very important problem within the European Union. We know that the earlier you detect cancer, the easier it is to really have the best chance of curing it, but not only best chance of curing it, but actually the kind of treatments you need, the earlier you detect it, the easier it is to treat it. So therefore the side effects from the treatment are reduced if you can detect it earlier. But there's been a lot of attention recently with policymakers, health service providers about, how we can do this better. And Europe had a Beating Cancer plan, and a key conclusion from that plan was to try and ensure that 90% of the eligible population are offered screening, particularly for the current screening programs, breast, cervical, and colorectal. As a result of that, this evidence review report was commissioned, and there was some kind of impetus to try and do this fairly quickly. And so we felt that the best way to do that was to do it around 3 expert workshops. So we, Harry de Koning and I agreed to chair this effort, and we decided to divide the questions up into 3 different workshops and to invite leading experts from Europe and some. We also decided that we should do a literature review. Due to the time constraint, this was what we call a rapid literature review. So it was kind of a simulation of all the literature and a brief summary of it rather than a very detailed systematic review. And we took advantage of a specialist unit for that, and we used Cardiff University. So that was the way that we went about putting the evidence together, and then compile a report, which was peer-reviewed with independent peer review, to then, we hope, provide a really good basis for policy recommendation.
Yeah, and so maybe if I may add, this is indeed a good summary, of course, but it's good to realize that indeed cancer screening can work enormously and have a huge effect. So there are estimates that, for instance, the breast cancer screening in Europe, we have about 22,000 deaths less per year due to the running programs now. If we could get these numbers for every cancer, that is a cancer mission plan. So we know it can work, and this is exactly what we wanted to do, to see which other programs, or can we improve the running programs? Is there new innovations around, which there are, fortunately. So this is certainly why we thought it's now timely. And the old EU recommendation, the formal EU recommendations are from something like 2003. So you could argue every member state wants to know new answers now, sort of.